Prediction for this game. I don't know, man. This one, I'm quite emotional about it because of course, I want the All Blacks to win. For Ireland, there's one of two ways. Is it two ways? Actually, no. There's one way that there's one thing they can't let the All Blacks do. They can't let the All Blacks get into an early lead, and like their defense is so good. They're amazing, like playing from the front. So an early lead for the Irish will just be a hammer blow for the All Blacks. Funny thing about this team is that they're starting 15. I think only 2 people are not in the squad that beat the All Blacks in the third test in New Zealand last year. And they beat them twice. So that rarely happens. It rarely happens that the All Blacks go into a game and they're the underdogs, right? Like, very rarely. Ireland just need to get an early lead. They just need to stick to their systems. Their defense is amazing. Discipline is always up there. And that's basically the key to win. For the All Blacks, discipline. Do not play in your area. When you get points, go for points. When you get penalties, go for points. Do not kick to the corners thinking that this team's defense is amazing and they don't make mistakes. They don't beat themselves. So you have to put pressure on them and find ways to beat them. And their defense is so good. You can get 4 attempts at the goal line to try and score, and they'll just thwart all of it. Or you'll just score once, right, out of 4. So goal line defense is amazing for the Irish. Basically, the defense is amazing all round. So, any penalties, go for points, keep your discipline, avoid playing in your area, and just make sure the Irish are playing on the back foot. That's the only way you're going to beat this team. They're not going to beat themselves. They're so good. Hopefully no injuries and no crazy red cards spoil the game, because this is worth a final. This game is actually worth being the final. For the All Blacks, starting Sam Whitelock off the bench was a big surprise to me. I really thought that they would start with him. Obviously, most experienced player, most Rugby World Cup games. I thought he'd start, but I don't know what the thinking is of starting Scott Barrett. Maybe they're just looking at more physicality, and they have Brodie in the line-out division. So like that should be sorted out or covered. One thing I'm seeing with this All Blacks team is that it's quite a big and physical team, right? Like Frizzell, Scott Barrett, Cody Taylor, like that is, and a lot of ball carriers. Like these are good ball carriers. So clearly the forwards are going to do a lot of ball carrying in this game. Like that is something I'm seeing with their squad selection. And also in the backs, right? Like Lester Fainga'anuku, like his job is just, because ideally that would be Mark Telea on that wing. But Telea obviously had his disciplinary issues, so he's not starting this game. Leicester is starting, which bodes well for the All Blacks as well. They have gone for more physicality. Jordie Barrett, they've gone for size in midfield as well. One thing I'm seeing about this team is that there's a lot of people who are able to kick off exit sets. So like Richie Mo'unga, Jordie Barrett with his boot, and Boden Barrett as well. So kicking is going to be crucial in this game as well. The big bomb that you need to put out is James Lowe. That boy has a big left foot. He's going to be playing against his fellow Kiwis, same as Bundee Aki. Bundee Aki is the key man for the Irish. His play with Johnny Sexton off the short ball is one thing that the All Blacks really struggled with last time around. And they're just going to put so much pressure on Jordie Barrett and Rieko Ioane. So Jordie needs to be on his A game and not miss any tackles. Basically, that 10, 12, 13 combo defensively for the All Blacks has to be tight. Any line breaks, even 1 or 2 line breaks will be crucial in this game, because the game is going to be so tight. It's just going to be a matter of like margins, like whoever wins this game. Obviously, Boden Barrett coming at 15, so they'll run a bit more. Boden Barrett has really disappointed me in his kicking this entire World Cup. Like in the last game, there was one point where he broke through, and then he had options right and left, and then he decided to chip it, but he didn't really chip it. It went straight out, like from 40 meters out. Like it went straight under the post and straight out. Like not like a small roll, like went all the way. So yeah, his kicking has not been at the level you need it to be. Mark Hansen is also going to be a danger man. He's so elusive. He's a live wire. You need to nullify him, and I think Will Jordan is the right man for that. And Will Jordan also goes to look for work elsewhere. So he'll keep Mark Hansen busy defensively, which is something you have to do with this Irish team. You have to make them work hard and hopefully capitalize and keep it close, or try and gain a lead, and yeah, just keep them on the back foot. Do not let this team get a lead, because they're not going to relinquish the lead. Yeah, Finlay Christie being selected over Cam Regard, surprise to me as well. But I guess something that Fozi said is he's more there for his defensive. He gives them something different defensively off the bench. So, and he's more experienced than Cam Regard, obviously. So, yeah, and obviously I like D-Mac on the bench as well, and Anton Leonard Brown. Also, I'm surprised Tamati Williams was selected over Nipo Laulala and Ofa Tungunafasi. None of them are in the squad. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. The Irish bench almost picks itself out. Jack Rowley, Jimmy O'Brien is in place of Robbie Henshaw, who has been having injury issues. So, yeah, man, this game is going to be so tight. It's going to be an amazing game. I am biased, so I'm going to say All Blacks will win. But there's something inside me as a rugby fan and someone who watches rugby that just thinks, I don't think the All Blacks have an answer for Ireland. I just don't think they do. And the game will come down to discipline, goal kicking, and territory. And those three things, if the All Blacks can dominate those three, they don't need to do anything amazing. Just get those three on lock, and I think they have a chance to win. But Ireland are the favorites. They're the world number ones. My head says Ireland. My heart says the All Blacks. So I'm going to go with an All Blacks win by 2 points.